Hey folks, I'm Tervain Glory, and welcome to part 55 of Napoleon's European campaign in Napoleon Total War. So, the time has finally come for Davout to march on Konigsberg. We should be able to just brush this army aside, so we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. But, yeah, he's off the road, that's fine. He'll probably be dragged into this battle. But that's... hang on. Oh no! Delayed us so much that we can't get across. Well, we're going to then just come across here. And we will wait and we will attack next turn. Okay, so big disappointment there. Everyone else has moved. This is just a militia force that have gathered up from a lot of the towns, cities around about the conquered nations, bringing them up to form a small army that I can use to hold down public order in cities that we conquer. We've got Massena in here ready to move out, and Napoleon in here, and we have Brune on his way back to sit in Paris. There he is there. So we're at the end of the turn. Let's move on to late October 1806. So Austria's out the war. Prussia has come to fight. Let's go ahead and do that. And I was hoping that I'm going to get a river crossing here. Just setting up on the wrong side of the bridge, but hopefully we'll get the opportunity to set up. Yes, excellent. I wasn't sure if they would be baited into an attack, but I'm glad that they were. And some nice high ground back here for guns to sit on. And some impassable terrain. Where's the... is that the... I'm trying to see where the crossing would be. Where is it? Is this it? That's it. That's the crossing. Right, okay. So, impassable terrain's over here. Yep. Excellent spot here for the guns. Over by the road, we've even got a slight ridge here. Okay, so it's going to be my pretty normal setup for a river crossing battle. And I'll do that off camera and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, here we are, facing off against Blucher. Hopefully one last time. So, as I said, I've set up on the high ground. We've got, in this army, we've got two batteries of 12-pounders. We've got positioned here with a battery of 6-pounders. And over on this flank, we've got a battery of 8-pounders and our two batteries of 6-pounder horse artillery. So ahead of them, we've got a similar setup again in each flank guarding the crossing. We've got a brigade with chasseurs or skirmishers, and they're set up so that when the time comes, the fusiliers here can form square. Leave the militia some protection from the squares. The skirmishers should be able to fall back, but while the enemy are advancing, they should be able to get plenty of shots in on the bridge with the artillery, shooting over the head of that regiment there and the skirmishers. Into the bridge and beyond. Over in this flank, same sort of thing. Artillery is obviously up a bit higher, and because this is a ford, the units are going to be slower coming through, but again, these regiments of fusiliers form square, and the skirmishers fall back. And they're positioned so that they can't really take much fire, if any, from the far bank. This skirmishers, I don't know if I might just pull them back into the the woods here. I'm trying to think where I could put them that they might still be able to shoot across. We'll see what happens. Then we've got the artillery up in the hills. We've got a brigade by the artillery on each flank. Over here, we've got them off to the side of the artillery. Do you know, there's no reason why I don't just have them right in front. You can go across there. Yeah, because there's plenty of elevation there. Yeah, so stick with that. And then we've got our reserves. Yeah, so these guys are in front of the artillery there. Not quite as much clearance, but it'll be fine. And then, yeah, so we've got a brigade, 4 regiments there, another same there, and then over in the left flank, another brigade of 4, and we've got a brigade of 3 again in the centre. And our cav, which we don't have much of in this army, in the centre there. And probably, I don't know if we will send that off after fleeing troops. We'll probably have to send it across to deal with their artillery. Do they have any artillery? I haven't even checked. Doesn't look like it. They've got lots of cav. Another 3 regiments in there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regiments out in that flank. But I'm not seeing any guns at all. Excellent. Okay. Well, then we can just go ahead and start the battle and wait for them to advance. Yeah, I had hoped that if I moved into the Prussian territory, because they had that massive army, that they would come against us. And then we avoid having to attack them in their city. Blucher is running there. Not away, towards, I think. Let's speed up. And we'll wait until the 12-pounders open fire. I would expect that that's going to be against cav advancing on the crossings. Over on the left, they're very well advanced, so let's hop over there. But they're quite far out still, I suppose. Where's our 8-pounders? Alright. So it might actually be the 8-pounders that open up first. They seem to be hanging back. They're idle. Fair enough if they want to advance on one flank. We can deal with that and then turn to the other. It's a bit strange. The AI normally leads off with the cav. These guys are idle as well. You attacked me. Are you moving forward at all? This could be the biggest disappointment ever. Okay. No, they aren't actually advancing at all. They just moved up here and stopped. Some landwehr manoeuvring in the rear. A nice, well-dressed Prussian line. Come on, Blucher. Are you going to turn around and march back into the city, are you? What's arranged to the 12-pounders? Yeah, well. You coming forward doesn't look like it. Nope. Right, back up to fast forward. First 5 minutes of the battle, if you could call it that, spent watching the Prussians organise themselves. I'm hoping that when these regiments that are marching at the moment have got into whatever positions they're heading for, that there will be a general advance. These are some sort of skirmishers, light foot. These guys back here are landwehr, so it's not even as if they're moving their skirmishers into the centre. No idea what the purpose of this movement is. And Blucher's moving again. Blucher. I think I might put a break in here and bring you guys back if they ever start moving. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so it looks like we've got some definite movement over on the right. And they've come in range of our 12-pounders. Still, well, there's movement over on the left, but it doesn't seem to be advancing towards us. So we'll just stay over here, focused on this flank for now. And strangely, it's the infantry that's moving out. The cav that was over there seems to have moved into the centre. Okay, so what we're shooting at. Whatever it is, we don't seem to be doing any damage. Are we shooting at infantry in light order or something? I think we are. I think we're shooting these guys here. Please don't do that. 12-pounders. Shoot at the fusiliers. Or the musketeers, if you would. And a quick check over here. Nope, there is a lot of cav there. Some in the centre as well. But they're not making any huge strides in that flank. No, I was going to say my guns are still shooting at the light infantry, but I think they have changed their target. Thankfully. I think actually I'm going to take them all off, shoot at will, and make sure that they are targeting the line infantry. So you can reach them as well now. These guys will suffer badly enough when they get in range of my infantry. And still no sign of any cav, it's still all back in the distance. I wonder, should I take my line infantry off? Shoot at will. But I think I want them engaging these guys too. We might take some friendly fire casualties in here, but shouldn't be too bad. Musketeers back there are suffering from the artillery fire. Okay, let's make sure you're shooting into this mass of humanity. Impressive. The light infantry is routing. These guys are going to try and force the crossing. I don't think they're going to get very far. Nope, one regiment's turned and run. So, guns, make sure target the front line. These guys, they've taken a fair number of casualties, and that's okay. But anyway, what's happening over on the left? Nothing really yet. That's good. So we can stay focused over here. Let's have you target them. How many casualties they're taking? So they're down to about 2/3 strength. These guys are better off. My Fusiliers, they've taken some casualties as well. Not too many. Cycling the targets for the artillery. Getting closer each time. There we go, another one broken. You probably will eventually have to take the artillery off of these guys. Well, they've broken as well, and they have, everybody's breaking there, so nice timing. Switch targets back over here now. So a lot of routing happening over there. Over in this flank, still nothing. Let's pull these guys a bit further back. Any of these units, some of them are returning units. So the morale's not going to last too long. Almost assured that time before turned and run. Okay, guns, focus on the guys still crossing. Yeah, so once they get across, they're not able to stand long at all. There we go. Okay, still nothing happening over there. Yeah, just a meat grinder in this flank. And I don't even need to bring up the reserve regiment yet. They've taken some casualties, I wonder. They're not in range of anybody. And they're not really in range of anyone there, are they? Where are they taking fire from? Surely the guns aren't falling that short. Anyway, we've got a nice square here. Nice and compact square as well, so let the guns focus on them. It's already had a try at this. Right. So that looks like this flank has been broken. Might move the skirmishers forward again. You guys all stop shooting for now. Get your breath. And hope that we'd get something similar happening over here if they advance. And I had wondered earlier about repositioning the guns. I don't think they can... Well, could the 12 pounders, if we put the 12 pounders over here, they might be able to shoot across into the flank there. We'll see what happens. These guys are all broken. So we've got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 regiments there running. And an absolute slaughter ground back here. My god, look at the corpses in here. Right, Blucher, what's your next move? I think when they advance again for their next attempt, they're going to send some units over here again, so I'll leave the artillery there. If I'm... No, let's move one of the 12 pounder batteries, bring that over to here so that it can cover that road. I might move the 6 pounder over here, because I don't think that's got the range at all. Across there. No, I don't think that can really make any contribution from where it is to that flank, so we'll have, as I said, you over here. You can limber up and we'll move you across here to cover the crossing. could bring that other 6-pounder battery over here. And just leave the 12s up on the hill here. But no, we might get Cav trying to force a crossing. These guys might come forward. So I can't ignore this flank entirely. But I will try and bring you over to here roughly. And if we set you up round about where the 6-pounders were. To be able to make sure that they can shoot across there without friendly fire into their own comrades. So make sure they've got them angled okay. And that looks like it'll be fine. Although there's one gun there that seemed to be in a bit of an odd position. I'm going to move this battery slightly as well. Right, I think you are okay there. I prefer you to be a bit higher up. I don't like them sitting on the slope like that. Sorry folks, you're going to have to move. And you there. I'll move you slightly. And you sort of in there. Right. That's me finished footering about with the guns. Still no movement from the Prussians. Let's go to fast forward. It's a bit difficult to do this on fast forward, so we'll come back and unlimber. But now, if they are shooting at the crossing, no, that should be okay. I don't think they're going to hit these guns. So try that. And check out the range on these guns just to make sure. Yeah, so they can hit the road. I'd like it if they could reach a wee bit before that point, but that's okay where they are. Any contribution is better than none. So fast forward again. And let the Prussians make their advance when they're ready. And I think once again I'll put a break in here and bring you guys back when the action resumes. Welcome back. You haven't missed much. The Prussians have clearly lost heart entirely. Despite the bugles, nobody has moved an inch. I've spent the whole time watching our Montgolfier brothers and their balloon here. Quite interesting, it started off over there, drifted across to here, and then started heading in this sort of direction and then disappeared back, so I wasn't aware that you could steer a balloon. But they also know some tricks that we don't. Let's get this back up to fast forward and get to the end. So this was the only action at all in the battle. Be interesting to see what the casualties were. About 170 there. Another 35 there. And about 50 there. So about 250 losses on my side. Well, having said that, there was losses back here. So maybe around 300 losses. A close victory, you're telling me. Yeah, I suppose the losses might not have been massive on their side. They lost 1,200, we lost 278. Let's see the kills. The 12-pounders, 33-51. 6-pounder did more damage. Fusiliers got some. The National Guard, that was the militia, Even managed to get a few kills in. And I thought I saw there, yeah, 141 for the chasseur. So their loss ratio was worse than their kills. Anyway, but yeah, 1,200 losses, but most of those units will return. The good thing, obviously, is that they're not in the city. So that means that Davout should be able to go and attack Konigsberg, and Blucher will then be marching to the battle, rather than being deployed at the outset. If you can get past there, that is. We shall see, but that will be for the next part. For now, let's just get the spies moved, and we'll move the other armies into position. You come into Warsaw. These troops here, heading for Warsaw. I'm going to let the militia deal with this regiment here later on. Let's leave behind some militia. Anybody recuperating in here? Doesn't look like it. It's all fusiliers that have taken casualties. So we'll leave behind a couple of regiments of militia. Let's go and see if we can demand their surrender. We can, excellent. Let's occupy. And we'll get the magistrate in there, and we'll get the roads under construction, and the army. Can we recruit anything at all? Some militia. Let's queue up 2 regiments, and in here, public order's okay, but I'm going to queue up some militia here as well. And Napoleon. That was the army I wanted. Oh, it's Cossacks. Yeah, Napoleon will march out and drive these guys off. Let's come across and get Brunn first of all, though. You get back up to Paris. And now, Napoleon, if you come out... And if you, well, hang on. That was a bit nonsensical to do that. Let's leave behind that. Well, that's already selected. This regiment as well. Why not? You 3 can go back in there. You 3 fresh units can join the Emperor. Then you can come and drive these guys off. Oh, you're going to fight, are you? Okay, well, I'll do that off camera then. We're not taking 2,000 losses from these Cossacks. So I'll do that off camera, and then I will see you guys in the next part. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers!